Kaj here with Daily Profit Cycle, Wednesday, June 16th, coming at you with another weekly market video update. Commodity trade still on is what I'm going to talk about today. We've had a bit of a pullback in some of the commodities that have been inflating precipitously, things like copper pulling back a bit and lumber pulling back a bit. Meanwhile, others still inflating. Oil approaching 75, for example. I've been telling you that oil's been inflating for months. Been telling you to buy oil stocks for months. Premium readers certainly for 6 months now, and it's been the best performing sector. I'll continue to remind you as long as it's the best performing sector week in and week out until it's not. And so what you had this week was a bit of a pullback, as I said, in lumber and copper, which is the chart here, where you can see that that's a 1-year chart. Copper's been, just inflating from $2.75 to $4.75 a pound, all-time highs we hit earlier this year, and now it's pulled back to $4.25. But it could consolidate there, it could consolidate at $4. I don't know. Those are things that we don't need to debate. What we need to know is that at $4 copper, many copper projects work, many copper stocks are going to continue to inflate, and especially producers, as those high copper prices start to fall to the bottom line. So I was telling readers last week in a Foundational Profits monthly issue to buy more of names like Rio Tinto and Ivanhoe Mines on pullbacks. And sure enough, this week we get a pullback in copper prices on news out of China that they're selling some of their stockpiles to tamper what? To tamper the inflation. And so, now everybody, as everybody has been, is talking about, is this inflation here to stay? Is it transitory? All eyes on the Fed this week. And again, I'm going to continue to say that if you're harnessing this inflation in your account, if you have been harnessing this inflation in your account by owning the commodities and the commodities related equities, that have been inflating, then you're feeling just fine, and you don't care whether it's transitory or not, because it's happening. And so that's all that matters, is that it's happening and that you're capitalizing on it by owning the things in your accounts that are inflating. And so yesterday, what happens? The analysts, the CNBC pundits, are out in force because lumber is selling off, and they're saying, see, it was transitory. And this guy from CNBC, his name is Dominic Chu, was tweeting, and I'll put it up below this video, and I'll also read it. He says, I'd say lumber futures have gotten a serious reality check. You could almost say that the sky high prices for this commodity were transitory. And here's the deal. Even with the pullback in lumber prices, they're still up 160% in the past year. So what sort of reality check is that when a commodity is still up 160% for a year? You like paying 160% more for peas and milk and gas? That's not transitory, up 160% in a year. How are you pointing to up 160% in a year as proof that inflation is transitory? And so he and I, this guy, again, CNBC host, got into it on Twitter yesterday, and we went back and forth for 10 tweets. And I'm telling him that, he says, check back in 5 years, and I think lumber prices are going to come to some sort of balance. And it's like, how the fuck is 5 years transitory? In what universe are you living in? Why are you spending so much time trying to prove that this inflation is transitory instead of just fucking owning the things that are inflating in your account? And so that's what I continue to do. I think that's the trade that is still on. I'm not sure what the Fed is going to say today. It really doesn't matter, because they can't taper much, and the inflation trade, I think, is going to still be on until it's not. And so that's sort of it. It's try to stay ahead of the herd. Don't get caught up in this narrative of trying to figure out what the inflation is. Just own the things that are inflating in your account, as we've been doing for the past 6 months, and it'll put a smile on your face. Nick Hodge signing off for Daily Profit Cycle.